Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Greenwood Elementary, where effort creates ability. We're here to celebrate a major accomplishment for one of our teachers, Miss Sarah Hodges, fourth grade teacher here at Greenwood. Now, I do want to welcome Mr. Rodemeyer, Miss Williams from LG&E, Dr. Hargens from here at JCPS, and Mr. McKim from the Jefferson County Teachers Association. Each of us on stage, we're here to honor you, Sarah. We've got our fourth grade students and some of your former students from last year here in the room, but we're here to honor you, and I want to go ahead and pass this over to Mr. Rodemeyer as he speaks about the ExCEL Award.
Well, I want to tell you, I'm a lucky guy. Here's why. I looked at my tie rack today, and I put my hand on the red tie, and I thought, I wore that red tie a lot over the holidays. So when I walked in with this green tie on today, I knew I was in the right place. So I got really lucky. So I'm dressed with you guys. I'm one of the Greenwoods today, and delighted to be here. We've been presenting the ExCEL Award for Outstanding Public School Teachers since 1989. That was before most of you guys were born. Yeah, way before most of you guys were born. So we come today to honor a very special teacher, and she is your special teacher. The ExCEL Award symbolizes excellence in classroom teaching and educational leadership. And it's been presented now for more than 25 years. And we have created a Teachers Hall of Fame. Great teachers then, 20, 25 years ago, and now. Teachers who accept the sacred trust of teaching and caring for you, our children. So we come to Greenwood Elementary today to honor fourth grade teacher Sarah Hodges. One letter of nomination calls Sarah a true servant of the community. A fellow teacher wrote, "If there is one teacher who deserves the ExCEL Award, it is her." In just 7 years as a science teacher and as a teacher of first, second, third, and fourth grades, she has sent science test scores in this school soaring. In a very short time, the number of proficient and distinguished students increased by 14%. Sarah is passionate about teaching science and math, her favorite things, currently embedding science and social studies into other content areas. But that's during the day. What she does after school may be the best indicator of why she is such a community treasure and such a treasure to Greenwood Elementary. As you may know, she works 2 days a week after school in the We Succeed program that tutors a small group of students. And then she takes time to ride the school bus home with them to make sure that they get home safely. Is it any wonder that she has become their role model? That girls in Greenwood oftentimes wear bows in their hair to be just like Mrs. Hodges. I want to tell you, I was so disappointed when I found out she wore a headband today instead of a bow. But her classroom is more than buttons and bows. Sarah Hodges sets high expectations for her students and gives them rigorous instructions. She translates her passion for learning with individual attention for each student. And I just did an interview with Sarah in her classroom, which will run on our television station tonight. And she told me that before she begins teaching students, what she has to do is create a strong relationship with each of you. And that's what she does, and that is what makes her great teaching possible. She translates her passion for learning with individual attention for students, and in that attention, she has attention to the little things, and it's those little things that sets her apart. One colleague calls her just a phenomenal teacher, and we agree, and so did the observers who choose the ExCEL Award winners. Sarah, we welcome you to the Teachers Hall of Fame. Thanks for all you do for our children and for our community. Would you please come? your colleague said this, no one deserves this more than you, and we agree. Congratulations. I know when you look at this golden apple, it reflects the faces of all the children that you have taught over the years and you will teach in the future. Congratulations, you are an ExCEL Award winner.
Thank you.
Now that's just half of the ExCEL Award. The other half is this exciting white board right here. Yeah? Look at this. It's exciting white board. What do you suppose that might be? Okay, all right. Okay, here to present the other half of the ExCEL Award, representing our sponsor, LG&E KU, is Cheryl Williams. Cheryl?
He kind of stole my thunder, didn't he? Told you all ahead of time, let you all see what I'm going to be giving away. Well, that's okay. On behalf of the employees of LG&E and KU, it's truly a pleasure for me to be here today. I've told Gary before, it'll be the first time for you all to hear this, but there are people in my department who view this as an opportunity, view this as a reward of sorts, and we tend to argue over who gets to go where to present this part of the ExCEL Award. We go to battle, we'll look at the list of dates, and we argue over who's going to get to do which one, and it's really, truly a pleasure to be here, and it's with excitement that I'm here today, to be here with all of you all. I too, as I was reading through the paperwork, the letters that were submitted on Ms. Hodges' behalf, I was very impressed. She seems very humble. Just in seeing her, just in observing her just now, I'm like, she just seems very humble and doesn't really want all of this attention, but it's really rewarding to be able to bestow attention on someone as accomplished as she is, as respected as she is, and obviously as well-liked as she is. It seems that you all really like Ms. Hodges a lot. So what better qualities can you want in a teacher? I have children, and I would want all of my children's teachers to have the qualities that Ms. Hodges possesses. So it's an honor to recognize someone who is so liked and respected, not only by the students and by their parents, but also by the administration and by her peers. Everyone who wrote on her behalf had wonderful things to say about Ms. Hodges. She works so hard to make a difference in the lives of all of those that she teaches and in the lives of those outside of school with whom she interacts. She's very deserving of this honor. So to help Ms. Hodges further her commitment to you all and to future students, I'm extremely happy today to be able to present this check to her. This check is $1,000. It's not $1 million. I heard somebody say $1 million earlier. It's not $1 million, but it's $1,000. And Ms. Hodges can do what she wants to do with that money. She wants to put it back into her classroom. She can do that. I have a feeling whatever she decides to do with the money will be something that will be beneficial not only to her, but to all of you all as well. So Ms. Hodges, if you'll come forward, please. She can't take that one to the bank.
It's such an honor to be at Greenwood. You're lucky to have Ms. Hodges as a teacher here, and we're lucky to have Ms. Hodges in the Jefferson County Public School system. So I want to thank LG&E KU, wow, what a check, and WHAS 11 for their support and giving us the opportunity to honor dedicated, hardworking teachers. The ExCEL Award is a symbol of innovation in the classroom. And you all know that you are the center of the universe. The classroom is the center of what we do. So it's always an honor to award top teachers like Ms. Hodges. So this is what people say about her. And you can nod if you think it's true. She sets high expectations for herself and for her students. She has helped students increase achievement. She is a natural leader in the classroom in the school. Her classroom is lively. There you go. Her classroom is welcoming. She's a hero to her students. Wow. So as part of the ExCEL Award process, observers actually went into Ms. Hodges' classroom, and both of the observers gave her 150 points out of 150 points. That's perfect score. So Ms. Hodges, on behalf of the Jefferson County Public School District, I want to congratulate you on winning the ExCEL Award. I want to thank you for your commitment to teaching, and most of all, your commitment to these amazing students. It is my honor to present to you 2 awards, and to also acknowledge our school board in giving an award, to present you with a district award and the superintendent's medallion.
Thank you, Donna. You know, I spent 15 minutes in Sarah's classroom also just a little while ago. I can tell you all of those things are true. I saw all of that happen in about 15 or 20 minutes, how wonderful she is with the kids. This is a great day for Greenwood, and we were able to fortunately get everybody here. And we're just delighted to also welcome, representing the Jefferson County Teachers Association, here's Brent McKim. Brent?
On behalf of the 6,000 teachers in the Jefferson County Public Schools, I'd like to start by expressing our appreciation to WHAS 11 and LG&E and KU for continuing to make this recognition possible. We're very grateful, and we appreciate that very much. Let me ask you all, the students, a question. Are you all proud of Mrs. Hodges? Well, it shows, and you know what? I'll let you in on a little secret. Just as proud as you are of her, I'm sure she's just that proud of each of you and what you've done. It's really a pleasure to be able to be here and help recognize Mrs. Hodges. She is a teacher who's really very passionate about education. She loves working with you all as students, but that's not where it ends. She also works with adults. She helps beginning teachers learn to be better and better. She works with the Kentucky Teacher Intern Program, which helps new teachers become better each year as they progress in their career. So we appreciate that. When the teachers have someone among themselves that is a leader and is outstanding, like Mrs. Hodges, we have a recognition from the other teachers to her, where we're sort of saying thank you for being a role model for us, and thank you for all that you do for your kids, because that's what we all care about so much. And that recognition from the Teachers Association is known as the Schoolhouse Award. So I'm here to present on behalf of the thousands of other teachers across the district our Schoolhouse Award to Mrs. Hodges. And I want to add a little extra special thank you to that, because our Teachers Association has teachers that serve as their professional representative in each of the buildings. And Mrs. Hodges is one of our professional representatives for your building, and so we particularly appreciate that. So on behalf of the Jefferson County Teachers Association, it's my honor and privilege to present you with the JCTA Schoolhouse Award for all that you've done for your students, for the school, and for public education.
Mrs. Tackett and I just want to thank you for everything you do and the excellent leadership you show our team.
Mrs. Hodges and I presented a PD session together a few years back, so she knows how much I love public speaking. I get very nervous, so it makes me It makes me very nervous, obviously. But when I was asked to speak about my wonderful friend and colleague to honor her achievements as a teacher, there was no way I could or would say no. I am so grateful and excited to be able to share with you today what an amazing teacher Mrs. Hodges is. I began working with her about 4 years ago. As an ECE resource teacher, I go in and out of many classrooms and work with many teachers and students. When I walked into Mrs. Hodges' room for the first time, I knew it was going to be a great year. There was an immediate feeling of peace. It's kind of difficult to explain. It could have been the colorful posters and fabric she has hanging around the room. It could have been the bookshelves lined with hundreds of books surrounded by the vibrant rug, pillows, and chairs in her classroom library. Or maybe it was her huge grin, the giant flower in her hair, and her warm hello that greeted me. I can't exactly pinpoint just one thing, but it was calming and comforting to walk into her room. With each changing year and changing class, it still felt the same way. I walked in feeling like I was part of a very special team. We worked together to help all of her students learn, not just the ones I was assigned to. She would always call them our kids, which meant a lot to me. I don't work with her this year, but when I get a chance to stop by, it's kind of like going home. I know her students feel that way too. They are also a part of a very special team and are home when they walk through her door. Their words and their actions in and out of the classroom express that. What I admire and love the most about Mrs. Hodges as a teacher is that she honestly believes each and every student can learn, achieve, and most importantly, succeed. She is determined that each of her students will show growth and improvement in some way. For some students, that means becoming a better reader. For other students, it may be gaining more confidence and ability in math. But for each student, Mrs. Hodges helps them find something that they are good at and can excel at. That can be difficult for some students, especially those with learning differences, whether they are identified or not. Those students who may feel like there's nothing that they are good at. Mrs. Hodges bends over backwards to make sure that all of her students are successful and proud of themselves for something, no matter how big or small. It is truly awesome to watch her students discover their newfound abilities, whatever they may be. They get so excited and feel so proud, ready to tackle anything else Mrs. Hodges sends their way. And that feeling becomes contagious in and out of her classroom. I could go on and on about all the great things Mrs. Hodges does as a teacher with and for her students, but I'll just give you a few more quick examples of why she is so fabulous. When she shares stories and pictures of herself growing up, student performances of Reader's Theater plays, making salt dough maps of Kentucky regions with her classes, Carlos the Clown and her other class mascots, classroom meetings when, even if she has to be firm with them, the students walk away knowing that they are loved and cared for and that they can be better people for themselves and for Mrs. Hodges. Lots and lots of laughter, fun, hugs, and I love yous. Singing and dancing to learn new facts in any subject area. Lots and lots of singing and dancing. And finally, sitting in an ARC meeting or a parent-teacher conference with Mrs. Hodges and having a parent, when asked if there's anything else we could do for them, say, "Yes, could you please move Miss Hodges up with my child? Please, please." That to me is the ultimate compliment, and it has happened many, many times. I am so proud of Mrs. Hodges as a friend and a teacher. I love working with her, and I love how her students and colleagues love and respect her. Even though I am just a few years older than her, I have told her more than a few times that I want to be just like her when I grow up, and I mean it. You are awesome, Sarah. And don't go anywhere, okay? Because you'll have my child in 2 years. Then you can move up with her, please. Thank you.
You know, students don't learn by accident. Test scores don't go up by accident, and awards aren't given out by accident. There are very intentional things that happen to make sure that students are learning at high levels and that relationships are built with every single student. And Ms. Hodges is, one of the most intentional people that I've met in this profession. The first time I observed Ms. Hodges teach a lesson, like any brand new good principal does, they pop in every classroom, they observe the classrooms and see where our strengths are in the building. And in my previous life, I was a curriculum writer for Jefferson County Public Schools. I wrote social studies curriculum. So I walked in her room and she was teaching a lesson that I had wrote. So it piqued my interest a little bit. So I stuck around and watched her teach a lesson that I'd actually written a year before. And I left thinking, wow, that went way better than I thought that I would ever teach it. And as a principal, you think, wow, such a great teacher. But when I observed her teach a lesson that I had written and I had this vision of what it would look like, I was blown away by what she had done with that lesson. And that happens each and every day in that classroom. There are not many teachers in this building that can get me to sing and dance in a classroom, but it is infectious in that room. And I've been in there and stumbled upon a new song that does math facts or study skills or test taking strategies, and I get pulled right in, and here I am doing the song, doing the dance, making sure there's no cameras on or anyone in the room filming me. But anything that happens in Ms. Hodges' class is intentional. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And as we know, we're here for 6 hours of learning and 6 hours of instruction. But what Ms. Hodges does is day in and day out, everything that she does is very intentional to get her students where they need to be. And I know Mr. Rodemeyer spoke about those science scores. But let's not forget last year's reading and math scores in 4th grade as well. Ms. Hodges has been the 4th grade team leader, and with Ms. Mudd and Ms. Tackett, our growth scores outgained the state and the district in 4th grade in reading and math. So I give all those folks a lot of credit, and under Ms. Hodges' leadership, those things don't happen by accident. They're very intentional. In my writing, my letter that I wrote about the ExCEL Award for Ms. Hodges, I called her a pedagogical dynamo, which was 2 words I thought they sounded really great together. But the word dynamo comes from the Greek word, root word for power. And of course, pedagogy is the art and the science of teaching. And I do believe it is an art and a science. And Ms. Hodges, she teaches with her head and she teaches with her heart. And that power that comes from that classroom, day in and day out, every minute of every day, is why she's receiving this award. It's not something that she would want to put herself out there and get, but she was pushed to say, hey, you know what, you're great. Let's get awarded for this. And she put herself out there, and she does that every single day. But I want to thank you, Sarah, for being a part of this team. I feel blessed to have you on the staff, and I'm proud to be a principal.
Everybody smile so I don't feel so nervous. All right. I want to begin by saying thank you to Gary Rodemeyer, WHAS 11, LG&E, KU, Dr. Hargens, the Board of Education, and JCTA. Without your support, students would not have the resources to be successful. I recently read an article that stated, every child should have a chance to be exceptional. After pondering several minutes, I realized that is truly my life goal. As a teacher, the moment that I walk into a classroom, I begin the process of changing and challenging the lives of students forever. The education I received is what makes me successful today. I've always had teachers to encourage and challenge me to be the best student that I can be. They have opened doors and opportunities for me that when I look back in my life, I can stand in amazement. Education is truly the key to success. Students need a foundation in education. They need to have the structures to be successful, a refuge, a place where everything is built in their favor, a chance to explore, to cultivate experiences, an opportunity to fail, to teach others, and to celebrate. The structure does not begin in the classroom. It begins with your parents at home. I am so thankful that your parents partner with me so that you can be the best student that you can be. When I was a little girl, I would play for hours on an old worn-out chalkboard that my mom and my dad nailed to my bedroom wall. I would read, recite poems, and since I was the youngest child, I would take my time and enjoy being bossy. I liked bossing around all of my stuffed animals, and then I got to grade papers in colored ink. My foundation, it started at home. I have two of the best parents a child could ever ask for. My mom and my dad have taught me the value of hard work, dedication, being loyal. My parents were not just visible, they were involved. My mom and my dad made sure that we made it to every practice, game, and play. They went out of their way to teach us when you work hard for something, it becomes more valuable to you. My mom would always tell me, be nice to everyone because you don't know what they're going through. And if someone's mean to you, you be extra nice. They need it. She was the one to stay up late helping me with projects and posters with glitter and glue, who fixed my hair and made me wear extra fancy dresses on picture day. But my teaching style comes from my dad. He was the one to bend a knee and tell us the truth, to put his arm around us and encourage us to do better. From silly dances in the car that make me a fearless singer in my classroom to tough talks about life that I share with each and every one of you. I believe that in order to make students successful and college and career ready, we must build an educational foundation that allows them to reach any goal that they have. As educators, it is our job to pour the foundation of literacy, math, and social skills that will allow students to advance in the world we live today. My most impactful teacher was Mr. Stafford, who taught me that education should be fun and always treated me fair. He brought out the learner in me, encouraged me to take risks, built my confidence, and gave me thoughtful feedback that I use in my classroom today. I'm so thankful for my education foundation. It was built by teachers who wanted me to succeed, who took the extra time to explain the small little details and challenge me academically. Students also need strong leaders. Greenwood's administration is outstanding. Mr. Owens and Ms. Coslow, they make it easy to excel in the classroom. They are supportive and work beside of us, not in front. They challenge us to becoming more engaging in the classroom and equip us with professional development that enhances our teaching skills. They collaborate and cultivate teachers who make the difference. They take time to listen and problem solve. Teachers at Greenwood are data-driven, rich in knowledge. We are the ones who make a difference. We teach our kids, work hard, play hard, don't give up. We teach them, persevere, have Greenwood grit. Every staff member at Greenwood has contributed to the way that I teach. We plan and learn in professional learning communities that truly make a difference to our students. We analyze data, we celebrate large gains, but we celebrate the small gains as well. In closing, I want to thank the people who have helped or continue to help me build an education foundation for students so that they can excel. Mr. Owens and Ms. Coslow for doing whatever it takes for students to be successful. Greenwood faculty and staff for ensuring that all students learn. Parents for partnering with me to make your child successful. And students allowing me to educate you. My parents and my family, former teachers, and lastly my husband, who not only understands my passion for education, but shares my passion for education. He encourages me to be the best teacher that I can be. I want to say thank you so much for all of these awards. I am truly honored and I am humbled to be selected as an ExCEL winner.